Hey, can you guys hear me? What are you eating? Oh, I got Chipotle. Had to do some stuff at the meeting. Now I'm back. Now we're doing what we need to do. Time to do work? Yeah, I know. Did you do Gate 2 Clown yet? No, I haven't. I'll probably do that tomorrow or the next day. It depends on how much fun this Undecember game is. I'm gonna probably play that in a little bit. Look, my dog shit game, bro. Like, what do you want me to play? I mean, shit, dude. Like, everybody is negative about WoW, but it's like, this game's so boring. Alright, I ban you. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, anybody that criticizes the game I'm playing just gets permad. Yeah, I know this has been like a weird thing that like chatters think that they can do, but yeah, you just get permad. So you complain about the game, it's just permad. That's it. And so, yeah. Yeah, me too, okay. About Crazy Worlds lately, gaming's been very calming. Yeah, I think so too. I like being able to just log on and do some other shit, and that's about it. VTubers and new talent trees, you're wanting to play with the warrior one? Yeah, I will eventually. I just don't know when exactly. Like, I don't really give a fuck too much about like the PTR or anything like that. It's just not really my thing. Yeah.
You dispatched those thieves quite deftly.
Okay, so let's see. That's done. That's the only thing I really wanted to do. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I gotta work on. You wearing any bits on your warrior? Not really. Yeah, not really. Love your retail collection content, so relaxing and cozy. Yeah, I like playing retail sometimes. Like right now, the reason why I haven't really done a lot of retail WoW is that I just haven't really felt like it, honestly. You know, like there's just been other things that have been like more compelling that I would rather do. Just suggesting, feels anything better than Shadowlands? Well, no, I don't think so. Like, I think a lot of people have like way too much of like a bandwagon opinion about like a certain game. Like, for example, people get like way too bandwagony about like Wrath of the Lich King or like BC or Classic or Retail WoW, Dragonflight, Final Fantasy, like Lost Ark. Like, I've played these games so much, like I know each game has like good and bad things about it. Like, that's all there is to it. I mean, like, I've just played it way more than probably most people have, and so, you know, whenever I see people that complain about this kind of, oh, I need to do this one. That's crazy, it's actually up right now. You know, whenever I see people complain about shit like that, it's kind of crazy to me, because it's like, I guess, like, from my perspective, it's so obvious that, like, there are certain things that are, good and bad. I guess you could say. Is Lost Ark still pay to win? Yeah, it is. You watch Chainsaw Man? No, I haven't. Okay, and all this is upgraded. Anima, I think I have to do Anima Conductor. Let me just do that right now. Okay, good. Always will be pay to win? Yeah, I think it will be. I do too. Women are pay to win? Only if you're a loser. Let's see. What are we looking for here? I'm trying to think what I really need to do right now. What do I really need to do? I mean, that I want to do. I was gonna, oh yeah, that thing. It's like retail WoW, like there's a lot that's like going on in the game, and I think it's kind of overwhelming almost to play it all the time. I was watching Jostraf Hayes put together some Warhammer models and stream a few days back. I was wondering if that's some stream content you'd want to do. No, I don't think so. I'm not very good at doing fine motor movements, and so like doing precise things like that will just frustrate and upset me. So I don't want to do that. I did it before, but I don't want to do it again, like on stream or anything, you know? Like watching the simplicity of Classic. Yeah, Classic WoW is good because it's a very it's a very simple game, and I think it's also a very easy game. So it being very easy and simple works really well for it. Make sure I turn this off. There we go. Okay. I want to make sure I get this achievement done. Let's see. What even was this again? I'm trying to remember how it worked. Upright citizens. Okay, so let's see. Flynn Fairwind. Where the hell is it? Oh, it's over this way. Okay. Alright, let's go over here. You get finish Mythic plus Arena mounts? I don't know if I can finish the Arena one.
We need not stand alone. The local populace
like straight up, like I actually don't think I'm gonna be able to.
Rally them to our cause.
Okay, so where the fuck are these guys? Fuck. This achievement's so annoying. Oh, is this one? Yeah, there we go. Flynn Fairwind. Alright, great. And then Leroy Jenkins. Where's Leroy Jenkins? Let me look this up real quick. I think there's only one of these up at a time. Okay. So if he's not here, then he's not here. He just doesn't spawn. Let me make sure I can double check this. Only one of the named NPC. It will take at least 3 assaults to complete this. Okay.
What's the word?
So I have to wait for it to be up again. Well, at least I got one of them. I mean, that's good. I'm happy. Yeah, I'm just looking around and yeah. Okay. This is a pain in the ass in BFA. Well, it's still a pain in the ass now. Yep, it was a pain in the ass then. It's still a pain in the ass. So I have a job. Again, was this fun time commitment past expansion, like you said, one way or another? Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a lot of times, like with Wrath of the Lich King, for example, the game is just a lot easier to get into because there's nothing really that you have to do. You just hit max level and do Nax. It's super easy and it takes no effort or time at all. I think that makes it really, really compelling for a lot of people because it's like, okay, well, how is this? How can I not do this? Yeah. I'm sad you decided to leave Overwatch. I just can't. I don't have the mental for it. Like, I don't know what you want me to say.
The Horde army is pushing hard into Terragard South. Make them regret every foot they set upon
Let's
our
see.
soil.
Back then it was definite respect for time when it was developed. No, it wasn't. That's not true at all. You might have forgotten a lot of the different things that were changed during Wrath of the Lich King to make the game more accessible. Also, you know, like back then, you still had to run back to your corpse. You still had to do a lot of the time-wasting mechanisms that retail WoW has too. You didn't have as many battle reses. It just, like, imagine going back and doing 4 horsemen. You wipe on 4 horsemen, it takes you like 20 minutes to get back to the boss. 10 minutes, probably, minimum, to get back to the boss. It's crazy. So I don't think Classic really had any sort of, like, unique respect for your time in a way that retail WoW doesn't. You watched the Kanye Tucker Carlson interview? I thought I watched most of it, right? Did I miss it? I mean, I feel like I did pretty much all of that stuff. I watched it and everything like that. Phil's memories and stuff can kind of gloss over the pains. Yeah, I think so. We had we just had buttloads of time then. Yeah, I mean, like, I played, you gotta remember, like, in Wrath of the Lich King, like, I had just graduated from high school, and so I was, like, unemployed, and I was taking, like, 2 classes at community college, so I pretty much did nothing. All this was pretty much a need. And all I did was play video games all day, and that was it. It was fucking great, man. I was so happy. But other than that, I mean, obviously it was it was kind of like, the game was fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was very fun. But at the same time, there were also a lot of other problems the game had. They cut out a, what's that? I don't know what that is. Oh, they cut out a rant about the Kanye West. Yeah, I mean, I think that, I mean, I listened to the interview. I thought it was pretty good. It was fine. Croix is fucking gross. Yeah, Izzy used to get that all the time. I hated it. I'm not about it at all. I think that stuff's gross. Okay, so let's see. I'll go ahead and replace this. I actually got some really good gear over time here. Like, I've gotten a few pieces of, like, 304 gear. I've gotten 4 pieces of 304 gear. I might do the mythic version of the new raid. I don't think we can kill mythic Sylvanas. I think maybe the best option is just do heroic. Are you gonna play Torchlight Infinite? Maybe, I don't know. I heard there was, like, a weird problem with, like, the monetization in the game, but I don't know exactly what that problem really was. If he plays Torchlight, he's gonna have to get it twisted. It's very pay to win. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. Watching the story of Asmongold, people's rage and chat over not winning roles certainly didn't make it seem like people felt happy with how much time earning stuff took. Well, it's just that people remember things that were good and forget things that were bad. I think it's just pretty simple. There's nothing else really beyond that. I mean, like, for its time, Wrath was really fun, but there were also a lot of problems with Wrath that like, newer expansions solved. I think if you look at, like, expansions and, like, which ones aged very well, I think 2 expansions that will age very well will be Mists of Pandaria and Legion. I think also Wrath will age relatively well too. I think the raids being pretty simple is a big positive. Someone's pay to win stopped Asmon. Well, the thing is, like, I don't really like playing pay to win games. I just made an exception for Lost Ark because it's a very good game. And I like the raid content in it a lot. But normally, no, I don't really play pay-to-win games because I don't really feel like they're worthwhile. So, like, unless the game has has content out of it that I can get out of it, like Tower of Fantasy, then I just don't do it. If you talk about, like, what I do on my own free time, I don't really play those games or do any of that stuff. Are players satisfied with simplicity, though? Yeah, I think so. I think they are. I think that you have a very small contingent of players that they want to be super serious and they want to take the game really seriously and play it, like, all the time and be, like, fucking professional players for it, basically. But I think that's just, like, such a small minority. How's WoW pay to win? You buy gold and buy gear. I mean, WoW is pay to win, but I mean, I don't know. It's like, I feel like pretty much all games nowadays are going to be pay to win in one way or another, just because of how much money it makes. I mean, shit. Why would you not make a game pay to win? Call it loud minority, and it's in a lot of games. Yeah, exactly. It's like you have a loud minority of people that are like, they really want to make a game like super complex and like really hard, because if they do that, then they feel better about the time they're spending playing the game. But the reality is that most average players just want to be able to play the game and play whatever game they're playing and just like not worry about it at all. And I think that's one of the mistakes Blizzard made, is they've, like, over the course of the years, they've kind of overcomplicated a lot of games in order to make that super hardcore, like, vocal minority happy. And I think they've done it at the expense of the game itself. I would say, like, most people, I've really got to get this fucking jailer mace. Everybody's got the jailer mace. Most people are probably feeling that way too with, like, WoW. Now, I know, like, whenever I queue an arena or, like, a battleground or something, like, I feel like I just can't even keep up with, like, the amount of complexities in the game now. And the amount of, like, things that are happening simultaneously. It's just, like, an insane level of, like, of gameplay that I feel like is just, it's for, like, a fraction of a percent of players. Yeah. Shift to queue for retail raids on Wrath of the Lich King. I'm hosting them, no problem. Well, that's because in Wrath the raids are just so much easier. Yeah, how is WoW pay to win? You literally can't play good. It's paying.
What creatures
I don't even know. Like, I'm gonna ban you because you're stupid.
It has not gone well.
Okay, so I guess I can do this. Yeah, you're just, I don't want to explain it to you. If you can't see how the game's not pay to win, it's just like you're not gonna, there's no reason explaining it. Fuck. I guess I probably should do Illuvum, because that's like the one character I need to kill, or one NPC I need to kill. And Sepulcher to get that mount item. If it's going to carry you through any content, you don't have to be good. No, it's just there's, I mean, the thing is, like, a person like that is not rational, so you can't explain things to them normally. Raids are fun, not dummy proof, just require a little thinking creativity, not overly difficult. Well, I think, like, an example of, like, something that's overly difficult is, like, remember whenever I was doing, what do you call it? Remember whenever I was doing the Artificer? Like, the Mythic Artificer in, was it Artificer? Yeah, Zymox in Castle Nathria, where, like, you have to take a portal, avoid a fucking ghost that's running after you, and after avoiding a ghost, you have to also take a blue crystal that needs to be put into a teleporter, and if you have to go into the teleporter and then come out of the teleporter, like, it's just, this is insane. Like, what is this? And it's also at the end of the fight too, so it's like if you do it wrong then, you have to repeat everything that you did before then. It's just like, it's I don't know, like, that's not a fun game to me. Like, it doesn't make me feel, like, invested. I don't feel good when it's over. I'm just happy that it's over. And I think that's the way a lot of people feel, and that's why, you know, Wrath of the Lich King and TBC raids are so much more popular, is because, like, designing games for people that play them professionally is not really a good way to make an MMO. Feels like redundant mechanics are pointless. Well, it's not that it's pointless, it's just that it's just hard. It's really hard. How would you fix the raids? Just get rid of the pass-fail mechanics that random raid members need to do. Out of, like, pretty much all bosses, minus like 1 or 2. Just remove the amount of mechanics in general in the raids. I don't think that it's making the game better to have all these complications. Content should be challenging. Well, I think content can be challenging while simultaneously being fun. What I'm saying is that I think that the WoW raid content isn't fun. And it's not fun because of how hard it is. It becomes so stressful to have 20 people execute the same activity simultaneously, flawlessly for like 6 minutes. It's not enjoyable to do. And I know that you can easily say, well, it's not enjoyable for you, but there are people that like it, which is true. But I think the numbers speak for themselves on like how many people really care about those things. Not as many. Keep it simple, yeah. Content more fun and challenging, not based on mechanics somehow, perhaps, yeah. And thank elitist streamers and min-maxers. Well, the reality is that, you know, hard content like that it's kind of good for streaming because it's like takes longer to do, but it also is bad because it just alienates players over time. Eliminate LFR, make normal mode easier. So it has the same pug feel in Wrath and TBC raids, even tone Heroic down. In my opinion, I think that they should take LFR and Mythic out of the game and just make Heroic and normal mode better raids. I think this idea of trying to cater to the bottom and the top 1% of players is just a complete waste of time. Do you think the LFR constitutes for more than bottom 1% though? Well, the reason why LFR constitutes for that many people, like, I think that if retail WoW had like the same difficulty of content that, like, for example, like people wanted LFR in like classic WoW, right? I mean, but Blizzard didn't really feel like it was necessary until Cataclysm. And I think the reason for that is because the raids just got a lot harder then. Whereas before then it wasn't as important. You didn't need to have like you know, really, really difficult content or anything like that. It was fine the way it was. It sounds loud. I'll turn it down a bit. Maybe that's better. Yeah, that should be better. Hopefully it is. But anyway, yeah. So like LFR isn't needed in something like TBC because the raids are already really easy. Also, I think that I don't believe difficulty has changed much overall, other than the passable later bosses in the raid. What's changed most is systems outside of the raid. Master Gnomes, like, I really cannot explain to you how wrong you are with that. How can you possibly think that... How can you possibly think that a raid like ICC is even remotely on the same difficulty level as Castle Mathria? How could you possibly think this? I think that these are more takes that are coming from people that actually don't know either raid, and they don't know how hard or how easy it really is. So it's just something that sounds like a good idea. What's people talking about? I think Throne of Thunder and Siege Orgrimmar was perfect tuning. I mean, like, I think Siegecraft or Black Fuse was, like, probably... I mean, like, some of the Siege fights were pretty fucking hard. Like, if you want to have people... Until Stone Age in general and Denathrius difficulty isn't huge. Being a casual Mythic Raider myself. So you think Mythic Artificer isn't astronomically harder than the Lich King? Are you crazy? You think that the Beastmaster, Houndmaster, whatever the fuck his name is not astronomically harder than Sendragosa? Are you crazy? I don't understand how some of these people fucking come up with these opinions. Who are trolling, they have no idea. They asked, no buff Lich King was harder in my opinion. You think no, why was, oh my god. No, it wasn't. Just because people didn't have the gear to do it didn't make it a harder raid. That's like saying that classic WoW raids were really hard because it took people 3 days to beat them because they had to level to 60. People didn't really have the gear for it. Also, like, the Lich King really wasn't that hard. Like, what did you have to do in Phase 1? You had Infest, Shadow Trap, the ads, Soul Reaper, and that was about it. You got nerfed a ton before a ton of people cleared it? Oh, Lich King, yeah, it did. I mean, well, they had the 30% buff, so it kind of got passively nerfed. You think ICC's hard because that's their experience. On Warmane, bosses are artificially buffed to have more HP, do more damage, and having a shortened rage timer. What I'm saying is that it's like whenever Blizzard buffed the Nax bosses by 30%, but everybody still clears them without any effort. The reason why that happens is because the problem is not the numbers, it's the mechanics. I felt comfortable trying to do mop raids outside of LFR, but then it got really complex. I think Mists of Pandaria was extremely complex for raids. Whenever you look at like Throne of Thunder and like look at Mogushan Vault's Mythic, that is insane. Like by the time Mists of Pandaria came out, the raids were way too hard. And that's why people needed LFR. It's because the game had escalated to a point where average people couldn't play it anymore. Based off my experience playing back then, played 4 nights in Wrath, took longer to kill things back then. So you're saying that but that, how does that even, Jesus. So you're saying that because it took your guild longer to kill Lich King, then Lich King was harder than, like, harder than the Artificer Zymox? Like, what are you talking about? That just means your guild sucks. Yeah, your guild was bad, and or it was hard for its time, and I think that's true. But there were a lot of people that were able to beat the Lich King back then. Okay, so what am I gonna do today? Well, let's find out. Should probably go do that. I need to do this too. Need to do that. Oh yeah, I was gonna do Luluvum. Yeah, it's again people using their own personal experiences for the fights. Max said Heroic Rag was a tipping point on raids becoming harder. Yeah, I actually talked about that earlier, and I think it's the exact same point. Like, Heroic Rag was just like... it killed so many guilds. Because the thing is with Heroic Rag is... the fight was like... it was a 20-minute fight. And... so if you do a 20-minute fight, you're probably going to get less than 15 pulls a night, realistically. And... you know, you needed like 200 pulls to do it. Better visuals, be able to see if this shit goes a long way. Yeah, I think that Blizzard needs to just bite the bullet and turn off a lot of unnecessary effects in raids. Like, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't think you should be able to use any toys or like goofball effects during raids. Because I think that they are more distracting and annoying than fun to play around with. Yeah, they're really annoying. Choo-choo. Yeah, I mean, well, the train thing is like, that's just an emote, right? I mean, like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Oh, I guess I should finish this before I leave this area. Raid leaders should be able to toggle it. Yeah, sure, I don't have a problem with that. That sounds fine. But yeah, choo-choo is annoying though. It is annoying, and it would be better if somebody could turn off those emote sounds. Saying it's only because your streamer gets griefed? No, why would I be saying that if I was only a streamer? How does that make sense? No, of course not. I think it's something that happens to a lot of average players too. Whenever you have people that are using toys and other things in the raid that artificially increase the difficulty of the raid. Also, like, you have a lot of visual difficulty. For example, whenever you're killing Kel'Thuzad, you're fighting Kel'Thuzad on a blue platform, and he has blue swirlies under the blue platform. Or you're fighting Sylvanas on a gray platform, and she has gray swirlies under the gray platform. That's horrible. I think for me, like, whenever I was doing the Final Fantasy raids, I initially thought that the Final Fantasy raid markers and stuff, I thought that they were bad because they took away the immersion. But after I played with them for a while, I actually prefer them to the retail WoW ones. And going back and playing retail WoW and knowing that there are so many, like, compounding difficulty variables that don't even have anything to do with the raid. So, like, for example, having a lot of some arguments you experience raids coordinated manner could be affecting judgment too. You could validly claim raiding participation numbers as indicator of a huge difficulty jump, hence reduction of players, but I could also illustrate this with the increasing complexity and system design for raids. Combination of both. I still believe the difficulty jump from Wrath isn't that crazy huge overall. I think that you are absolutely insane if you think that the difficulty jump... Also, by the way, like, Warlords of Draenor had none of that stuff, and the participation was still going down drastically. That's why they only did 2 raid tiers and the game was dying. So, that's just not true. But even with that, I think the systems are bad too. But the systems are something that affects everybody in the game and not just like a small portion of the raiders. Yeah, I mean, it's just... I can't imagine thinking that Wrath of the Lich King raids are even in the same universe as retail WoW raids. I think the only time that people ever say that are people that raided in Wrath of the Lich King that want to preserve the integrity, and they want to pretend like their accomplishments were, you know, more meaningful than what they were. I think Max KT is comparable with Sanctum KT, you need a brain scan. Yeah. Yeah. Peaked in high school, yeah, exactly. Tier, systems tier list, yeah, soon I'll do that. I don't understand why people keep doing that. Because they don't understand the way the game works, that's why. It's pretty simple. You know, Alduar's first raid, Blizzard actually had fun with bonus achievements, first and the last. Yeah, I know. They added a few of them after that, but they were just like really just a few of them. It was very uncommon. Are there rotations in WoW? Yeah, there are. Quitting Cata because you couldn't even plug Heroic without a full guild group. Yeah, the raids just got way harder. Like, I don't know what to say. Alright, and I think that's everything I need to do here. Great. Let me go back over. Alduar is great. That's how you make a raid feel more engaging. Every single boss having optional shit, extra achievement content. Yeah, I think in the same way that Throne of Thunder was really good. You know, there was a lot of things you could do in Throne of Thunder, and like the raid was really expansive and well designed. That's what I think. It's fun how many people raid in Wrath, to be honest. Yeah, well, another reason why people raid in Wrath you've got to keep in mind. A big reason why is because there's nothing else to do. Like, there's no real mount collection meta in Wrath. There's just raiding and PvP, and that's it.
I fear darkness.
So it's like, if you're playing Wrath of the Lich King, you're gonna raid. Because if you're not raiding, there's nothing else for you to do.
Might I go with you?
Like Castle Nathria? Yeah, I thought Castle Nathria was a good raid. I liked it. I think, again, I think all the fights are just too complex nowadays. And they're just too hard and too punishing. But overall, I enjoyed the raid. Achievements in Wrath seems much more relaxing than on retail. You can actually be done. Well, I mean, they're gonna add cataclysm. You're never really gonna be done. I mean, you can be done in retail WoW too. It's just that it'll take a long time. What's this? Oh yeah, I need to do this. Okay. Oh, I have to go do that. Watch Narc respond to Josh Strife Hazeman. Yeah, I might. It depends on what it is. What are they? What's the response video about? But yeah, I do think that there are a lot of people that, and this has been more popular with like MMO players in general, and it's been popular for a while. Is that the fixation on the difficulty of games, and the difficulty of the games being important for people to feel good about, because I think that there are a lot of games now that, I think that MMOs especially, it's like, how do you design a game and not make it just super hard just for one people? Give her a pass. Lich King wasn't easy. I was in the top guild, struggled, so shut the fuck up. This is another person, right? Somebody else trying to preserve their the integrity of their accomplishments. Lich King wasn't easy. I was in a top guild on my server and they struggled, so shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something, man. Your guild sucked. Your guild sucked. You sucked. You probably still suck. And it's okay, we all sucked back then. The difference is that everybody else got better and they realized that what they did back then wasn't that hard. Maybe one day you'll get there. Okay, so...
With the Margrave's help, anything
pause. Okay. Alright, I would go get this one done. What do you think about Lost Ark raids compared to retail? Lost Ark raids are probably harder in terms of individual responsibility than retail WoW raids. The reason why Lost Ark raids are more acceptable is because there's less people that can fail them. And there's also less group comp requirements. So for example, like whenever you fail with something in Lost Ark, you know, yeah, it might wipe the raid, but you think about the differences between Lost Ark and, what do you call it? What do I have to do here? Oh, I have to click the thing. Lost Ark and WoW. In WoW, you have to run back to your corpse. In Lost Ark, you don't have to do that. In WoW, you have to rebuff. In Lost Ark, to be fair, you do have to get a food buff. In WoW, you have to have a flask. In Lost Ark, you don't need a flask. I think if you make the consumable argument, I think you can say consumables in Lost Ark and WoW are probably about equal. Lockouts are a big deal. Yeah. Well, I think they're getting rid of the lockout requirements in Dragonflight. I think so. I'm not 100% on that. No. Can I do this one? Oh, okay. It's still completed. Corpse runs feel like a waste of time. Yeah, they do. And also, I think this is especially true in like, let me think. In like classic WoW, is like the consumables and losing all that is a huge time waster. Ian said he didn't want to remove the lockout system for Mythic. Yeah, the reason why Ian probably doesn't want to do that, and it's because people will sell carries, or they'll sell lockouts to bosses that are farther along. And it's like, I just don't think that's a big deal. I don't know, maybe that's crazy, but like, I don't think about it, but it ruins the pugs. Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. The thing is, like, they should cater to that. Yeah, like, I think that Blizzard should really ask the question more often, who cares, whenever they're thinking about making some change to affect the whole game. Because I don't think people really care. Like, would you rather... So, like, here's an example. In ICC, you were able to just do a boss on Heroic or on normal mode. Like, why not just let people do that? I don't think that'd be a problem at all. I think that'd be fine. It was fine in ICC. Why wouldn't it be fine in Shadowlands? Do you think pre-patch for Dragonflight's coming in 25th, like people were saying? Yeah, Blizzard confirmed it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's like getting worried about like a handful of guilds sharing lockouts. I struggle to care. That's the truth. I really struggle to care.
The voices.
No, I don't think anybody gives a shit though.
Shall we get to work?
End of season, not pre-patch. Oh yeah, no, you're right about that. Oh, I got the achievement. Alright, so let's see what else I need to do. Nice. I only have a few more of these to do. I need to do this one. I don't know how to do this one. And I'm going to complete this one here. Oh yeah, I need to do this one too.
Wisdom and knowledge must be preserved.
Okay. Yeah, I still need to farm this. I need to do Venari. I guess I should go do that too. Heroic Kel'Thuzad and Wrath of the Lich King is harder than Mythic Kel'Thuzad and Sanctum of Domination. Good one, man. That's a good one. Thoughts on Dragonflight? Do you think it's a step in the right direction? I've said this before. I think that Dragonflight is a massive step in the right direction. Like, Dragonflight is absolutely a good idea for Blizzard. I know there's people that are really negative about it because they feel like, oh, well, there's not going to be a lot going on in the game. And I think that's fair. It's easy to say, like, well, there's not really a lot going on in the game, so it's going to be... it's going to be boring, right? Or it's going to be bad. But the truth is, I think that Dragonflight is... like, a focus on character building and class design is way more important than a focus on some weird new shiny system that's probably broken. Last 5 expansions felt like 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. Dragonflight feels like 3 steps forward and maybe 1 step back. Yeah.
My new partner. Let us see.
Yeah, I think they're not really trying to go overboard with it at all. It's only 175 rep. I don't think that's worth it. And I'll start playing that Undecember game in a bit. Probably in like maybe a half hour or so. And we'll get into it. They follow through in creating systems that carry over expansion, it's a win. Well, like, for example, in Wrath of the Lich King, one of the reasons why I think the game is fun is because I can make different talent specs and do different things to build my character. And if Dragonflight wants, and I think that's also a reason why Legion was fun, is that you had so many different points of character customization. I think Blizzard is just so afraid of not letting people accidentally min-max their super hardcore content. They're willing to make the entire game unfun and uniform and boring in order to preserve the difficulty for 0.1% of the player base. I think it's a huge mistake. Talent trees are a big W. Yeah, exactly. Like, you should try to get rid of things that are like just like massively OP and stuff like that, of course. But I don't know. I don't think it's as big of a deal as Blizzard makes it out to be. Considered not raiding with retards in Ulduar. I think it'll be fine. I'm not worried about it. I mean, like, most of the fights in Ulduar, like, I'll try to bring at least some people that are good. Talents have been retail stuff for years now. Yeah, like, if you look at... What the hell is this? Lieutenants of the Jailer. I don't even know what this is. If you look at talents here, nobody uses War Machine. People usually just use Sudden Death or Fresh Meat. This talent row is actually pretty good. Nobody ever uses Onslaught. People rarely use Furious Charge. Seethe is really not very popular either. Dragon Roar isn't very popular, and neither... I don't know if Meat Cleaver is or not, to be honest. I think it's not. And Siegebreaker isn't very popular either. And so, like, you have, like, 7 talents here that are used by, like, single-digit amounts of the population. It doesn't leave much else to choose from. Yeah, exactly. Just pick all the passives. That's what I do a lot, myself. Tormentors of Torghast. Oh yeah, it's this thing. Yeah, I guess I should finish this. Where's that NPC? There it is. Do you think certain abilities should behave differently in PvE versus PvP? I think that certain abilities have to. It's better for... Like, I think that's like a last resort, though. Abilities should not behave fundamentally differently. Like, for example, in Classic WoW, Taunt doesn't work in PvP, right? You can't taunt another player. Ironically, in Retail WoW, it does, because a taunt will increase their damage taken. So, and yeah, things like Fear and other abilities work differently in Classic WoW as well. However, I do think that it should be a last resort for an ability to actually work differently in PvP and PvE. If it were up to me, all of these PvP talents would just be talents on the game. And that's it. They would just be talents in the game, and there'd be nothing else more to it. Where the hell are the other mobs? They did for Frost DK? Yeah, so I think that I think PvP talents fundamentally are stupid. If it was up to me, there'd be no PvP talents, there'd just be talents. Oh, there he is. I don't know if I can kill this guy solo. There's like one other guy here. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. I think the loadout system, ease of changing between them is a big system. Yeah, I think so too. Like, I'm really hoping that they keep doing that and they keep just making it easier to play the game. Because I think that's one thing that people actually just want. They just want to be able to play the game. I think you see the success of like every WoW expansion that comes out is like super popular for a while because people want to play WoW. It's not that they don't want to play WoW, it's just that they're not happy with the current state of WoW. WoW has a lot of things that are just simply undisputedly better. Like, for example, combat in WoW, I think it's the best tab targeting combat in any MMO that I've ever played. It's the most responsive. It's the most interesting. It's the best. I haven't played Guild Wars 2, so I don't know what that's like, but I've played every other one. How I feel about COD? Yeah, it's like, I mean, Warzone has like, is really snappy too. But anyway, so like, also like the movement in the game, like for example, the way that your character moves in WoW is, in my opinion, better than any other MMO. It's better than New World, it's better than Final Fantasy, it's better than Lost Ark, it's better than anything. It's a lot of stuff. Okay, let's go turn everything back on. Final Fantasy Andy, WoW's engine, netcode are unmatched. Yeah, and it's crazy to think that this is a game that came out so long ago too. Playing other games, it makes me feel a lot like I'm playing Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 2, and playing WoW makes me feel like I'm playing Dark Souls 3 or Sekiro, with just like how snappy and responsive and just like well designed it is. Got him. Dark Souls 2 is a clunk fest. Yeah. Lost Ark is mad smooth. It is, but it's also a lot of the fine movements in Lost Ark are very dumb. Like the way that your character faces something, for example, is very annoying to do. It could be a lot better. And I think that's just the nature of it being a click-to-move game. Go back over here. Which do you care about, WoW or gameplay, raid and story? I think all of them matter. I think the story of a game matters a lot, but also other things matter too. It's not just like one thing specifically. Do you ever think there'll be another successful ARPG or MMO that isn't some sort of pay-to-win? I think Diablo 4 will be successful and it won't be pay-to-win. I don't know, maybe I'll have to fucking eat these words, but it seems like I don't think that Diablo 4 is going to be pay-to-win.
I trust you are not followed.
Yeah, I actually don't think so at this point. They've gone so far into explaining how it's not going to be pay-to-win. I just can't see a universe where they make it pay to win. And I could be wrong. I mean, like, I definitely could be wrong. But I don't think I am. I should probably go do these. If the bad story but amazing gameplay is exponentially better than a game with an amazing story and bad gameplay. Well, a game with great gameplay and a bad story is a game that you play a long time. A game with a great story and bad gameplay is a game you play once. That's what it really is. Can't get sued for false advertising, buried Blizzard and fucking dirt? No, probably not. I mean, like, the thing is with pay to win, and also, like, they usually preface everything that they say that this is all something that, like, a live service game, it's very hard to say it's false advertising because the game changes all the time. I don't think anybody's actually going to be able to sue Blizzard because they made a game pay to win. Realistically, that's just not going to happen. Okay, let's see. My face seems fatter. That's probably because I need to shave. I need to shave. You tried Mortal Online too? No, it's a dead game. There's no reason to play it. I mean, isn't it like 600 people play that game or something like that? Why would I want to do that? Less, yeah, exactly. It's just, yeah, it's a dead game. Play it every day alone, sad. Well, I don't like playing games that... To me, it may... Oh, he got it. Holy shit. Dude, I remember this guy... It's crazy for me to think about this. Like, dude, over 10 years ago, I did RBGs with this guy. And, like, we were trying to get Hero of the Alliance. I never got it. I guess he did. Holy shit. Yeah, like, that was, like, over 10 years ago in Cataclysm, whenever they came out. You guys will see the screenshots. Yeah, he actually got it. Let's see, what else do I need to do? I guess I'll, you know what? Since Wrath is popular, I'll go run ICC and see if I get a bonus Invincible. And whenever I finish, I'll do on December. I think that'd be a good idea. Remember the elephant? It's not really that great. My memory doesn't have to be that great. I mean, I knew this guy, like, for years. Play with him every day. I mean, so of course I'll remember him. Does Indestructible recruit filthy casuals? Yeah, how many people do we have in the guild? We got 9 people online. Not too bad. But, I think that once more content comes out, you'll see a lot more people logging on. How often do you randomly see people you played with for years? Oh, pretty regularly. I mean, I played on this server for a long time. When's pre-patch? It's, I'm assuming it's probably going to be a week after. Well, I could do cinematic in the gameplay transition the way Lost Ark does. That'd be so awesome. Yeah. ICC out. Yeah, can you believe that? That's crazy, right? Should you get Keystone Master? No, I'm gonna work on that. I might do it tomorrow. Whenever I get up, depending on like how fun on December is, I'll probably get up and do maybe 5 or 6 mythic dungeons. And I just want to knock them out. Just knock them out, get it done. I don't want to think about it or worry about it. Okay. Look like shit, the N'Zoth cinematic. I think the N'Zoth, like the other one is pretty decent. Let me think what it was. Like the Mythic cinematic, whenever you go into the other realm, I think that's fine. Got him. You know, people who want to run for Keystone, I'll probably find them whenever I get started.
What happens here will echo through the ages. Regardless of outcome, they will know that we fought with honor. That we fought for the freedom and safety of Asmongold. Remember, heroes, fear is your greatest enemy in these befouled halls. Steel your heart, and your soul will shine brighter than 1,000 suns. The enemy will falter at the sight of you. They will fall as the light of righteousness envelops them. Our march upon Ice-Crowned Citadel.
Blizzard make me CEO? No, I don't think so. I think that the people that are making the game right now, like, I have like a relatively, like a moderate amount of faith in the game right now, and I hope that it'll be good. I hope it'll be fun.
I swore that I would see you dead in the scourge dismantled.
Can't wait for ICC and Classic.
None may enter the Master's sight. The scourge.
Yeah, all these items were like such a big fucking deal back in the day. Wish they removed Invincible at the end, gotten a 7th kill. 7% drop rate after getting round first. I think that removing the world, the boss mounts removes more content than it adds. Like, I think that it's actually a really, really popular thing for people to go through. Jesus, there's a lot of talking. There's a lot of people who... Oops. Okay. Yep, it'll take a while, and then I'll get it done. All right. One shot everything. Yeah. Show them how easy it is. Try to reload. I'll just Alt F4. It's not bad. I've never had that happen. Try to get back on. When did classic WoW fade away? Kata. Like, it's not even a question. Like, Cataclysm without a doubt. I'd play WoW if the game didn't look so outdated. I don't think the game's visuals are the problem. Is anybody else having this problem? I also got kicked out. Okay, well hopefully it'll work in a few minutes. Graphics are meaningless if the game's boring. True. Got kicked as well. Yeah, it's so weird. Also in Texas if that matters. Well, fuck. Wiz might be building towards a WoW release on consoles at some point. Oh, the Force Gaming video. Yeah, I'll try to watch that tomorrow. As I said, I've been, like, it sounds stupid, but I like reacting to videos in the daytime because that's the majority of my YouTube content, and I don't like how orange I look at night on the camera. Like, I like having the natural light, and so that's why I haven't reacted to that many videos recently. Yeah, Orange Man bad. I don't know why it's like this. Are you getting a 4090? Yeah, I am. We had a big meeting today, obviously. Well, usually Mondays are our meeting days, but we had a meeting on Tuesday this week because of TwitchCon, and we actually talked a lot about the new Starforge PCs and everything that we're planning for that. Like, we actually have a really big announcement for Starforge in terms of, like, the PCs and everything, but we're not really ready to talk about it publicly yet. Yeah, it's gonna be, it's not, I'm gonna say right now, it's not a new logo, okay? It's not a new logo. Pretty easy to fix your lighting, just change the bulb to a fluorescent bulb. It'll look white instead of orange. Yeah, but then I'll just look another unnatural color. What is this? I'll try to log back into retail in a minute. Let me see if I can log into to Wrath. No problem. Huh. That's crazy. Beta's down too. Yeah, I could always play Overwatch again. That'd be great. And mauled out all over again. Let's see, so I've got all this stuff. That should be good. Is there anything I still need from Heroics? I don't think that there is. Like, I'm perked out. This one's kind of a piece of shit. I probably shouldn't even be using it. I just use it because it gives me more defense. Good card on DK? No, I don't give a fuck about that. Currency, Emblem of Valor. Do VOA, get a chest from there real quick. No, I don't feel like it. What's the daily?
How may I help? Good luck, friend.
You know what? I'm gonna randomly join this group. I'm gonna see how good this Nexus group is. And if it's a good group, yeah, I'm curious to see what it's gonna be like. Louder? Yeah, I'll turn it down. After I finish this heroic, I'm going to do Undecember, okay? That's the plan.
I supply only the finest goods.
To see what it's like joining a random group from trade chat. I'm actually kind of curious. Dodge, hit rating, and defense. Maybe I should use this necklace more. Defense parry. This one seems like it's better, but I don't think it really matters. Put Undecember on the 12th release. Well, Undecember's out, right? Like the game is out. Like I can play it right now if I want to, theoretically. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, I'll play it after I finish this. I'll get 2 Valor badges out of this too. I'm probably gonna get the badge boots, and then I will eventually get the ones off of Thaddeus.
My goods are
What
the
brings
highest
you?
Yeah, it's like I could always just like buy these bracers, you know? Wouldn't be that big of a deal. I don't think they're that good. And yeah, I need to get these here. They also match my armor, which is really important. Belt. Where do I get a belt? Ablative chitin girdle. Okay, it's got to be that. Yeah, defense, parry, and hit rating. Okay, so I need to get this one right here. Damn, what's taking these guys so long to summon? What the fuck? I'll just fly over there myself. Not a big deal. There's a tri-board between Undecember and Torchlight Infinite. They're aggressively matched, release dates and everything. Well, I'll see what the game's like, and, you know, we'll go from there. Who's a chick you used to have on stream with you years ago? It could be Izzy, Pink Sparkles, it could have been Robin or Cora. One of the 3. Or Kia. One of the 4. Were there any other girls that I had on stream with me? I think those are like the main 4. Before Pink Sparkles. Castaway? No, I never streamed with her. I knew her, but I didn't stream with her. Fandy? No, I never streamed with Fandy either. How do you know Astronova? I don't remember, honestly. It's been a long time. The two girls who did your makeup? Oh, Emiru and Jessica? I've known them, like, let's see. I've known Jessica Negri for a while. Emiru was like mainly Mizkif's friend, and then I met her through Mizkif. You have streamed with Fandy more than once? Not with like Fandy, like, what they're saying is like, I used to have like, you know, like it would be like on this, I'd have like some other person's webcam here and then my webcam here. And that's what I'm saying. That's what they're saying. Just a second. Yeah, it was a long ass time ago though. Yeah, it was. Iron Mouse, Asian Bunny, no. Oh, I got pinged. No, people are asking if I had ever streamed with you, like in the same way that I streamed with like fucking like Robin and Koro, like way back in the day. And I was like just thinking about like how long ago. That was like 6 years ago. It's kind of crazy. No, I never streamed with Velvet 7 either. Yeah, guys, come on. Yeah, what do y'all mean? Chill out. Let me fly over here. Do the summon, do my daily. Okay. So yeah, I need to get that belt, and then I'm pretty much done. Bro, I can't wait to quit this game. I can't wait to get all the gear and quit. It's gonna be awesome. I don't even know if I'm gonna get Betrayer of Humanity. Because it's like, Warrior sucks. Like, I looked at the look at the DPS fucking charts. Look at this. Look at this fucking horse shit. Wait. Look at this. Look at this bullshit. Raids, fucking... Yeah, heroic dungeons. Who the fuck cares about heroic dungeons? Statistics. The fuck? Let's see. Okay, yeah, we're going there. They don't have a chart. What the hell? Look at how many people, look at how many parses there are. I don't know why it's not loading this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, here we go. So look at this horse shit. Look, Fury Warrior sucks. Arms Warrior sucks. Well, look, we're garbage. We are unironically the worst class in the game. Like, not a meme, not a joke, anything like that. We are literally the worst class in the game. Because Rogue can just play this spec. Mage can just play this spec. Warrior? No. They don't play anything. They just suck. Yeah, short end of the stick, that's right. We got fucked, man. Warriors are just garbage right now. Warriors are tanks in your place. It's fine. Like, to me, I don't play a DPS warrior, I play a warrior. And whatever is the best spec, I play the best spec at all times. That's just the way that I do things. I think Tank Warrior is one of the best tanks in the game. And for a lot of the fights that the game has, like, I actually think that Tank Warrior can provide a unique advantage that few other classes can do. It's paper tank? Oh, you think warriors are not good tanks? I think they're incredible tanks. They're a tank that has the highest damage threshold of any other tank. Like, no other tank can compete against a warrior on 2 to 4 target cleave tanking. Period. There's no other class that can even come close within 30% of it. Revenge is insane. Yeah, it's just broken. Oh, these guys have the red proto. Oh, I'm jealous. Oh, all these guys have a Champion of the Frozen Waste too. So this is going to be an easy run. Warrior tank can't take a single hit from Patchwork. No, I took plenty of hits from Patchwork. It was no big deal. Yeah, look at the damage, man. And also Spell Reflect too. It's like as a for a heroic tank, they're insanely good. Look at that, 2.7k damage. How many dungeons you run with a good paladin tank? I think that you can. The thing is, like, you'll definitely do a lot of damage. I think paladin tank will out damage warrior at +5 targets. But that's only in like very certain circumstances. So it's not really something I'd really plan on or anything like that, you know? I want them to. I want these guys to heal. It gives me more damage. But yeah, it's like warrior is never gonna, like, you're just never gonna be able to compete against a warrior on like 2 to 4 target cleave, especially 2 to 3 target. 2 target is our optimized amount, and 3 is semi-optimized. So yeah, it's like just being able to do this much damage as a warrior is, it makes us the best tanks in the game, in my opinion, because you just, surviving as DPS is like, that's the, being able to survive a fight as DPS is like, that's what bad tanks do. Being able to maximize damage in a fight, that's what good tanks do. Yeah, in my mind, like being able, if I see a tank that's able to like max damage, I respect them way more. I take them way more seriously. Being able to survive a fight doesn't really matter to me.
You know what they say about.
Oh, I pulled the boss. Okay. Oops.
I'll give you more than you can handle. You know what they say.
So yeah, it's like the amount of damage you can do is just fucking disgusting. And I hope that, let me see, can I get kings, please? That way I can just do battle shout. I think this guy's not gonna do it.
Now to finish the job. I'll give you more than you can handle.
Classic meta shifting more towards retail's damage optimizations. I wonder why healers still basically never DPS when there's nothing to heal. Because there's never a point where they can ever out DPS a DPS. That's why. And there are healers that DPS. Like, we even had people doing that back on, like, Brutalis back in the day. Like, it's actually not something that's super uncommon. It's just that the thing is that a lot of things that people thought nobody did back in the day, actually a lot of people did it back in the day. It's just that the people that are talking about it, they were noobs back then. So they didn't even know that this was a thing. They didn't even know this was even possible. It's too bad the guy... Oh, he gave me kings now. Great. Trying to do DPS as a holy power, it just feels bad. Yeah, it's also not as rewarding. Yeah, after this we're gonna start on December and we're gonna play that tonight. I'm excited. Certainly feels uncommon. Yeah, it does. Yeah, after playing retail WoW, it always seems like it's like playing classic WoW is just so much easier. There's like so much less going on, and it's like kind of a good and a bad thing. Like, I would do more heroics and stuff like that. It's just that, like, I'm very much a, like, okay, let me put it into perspective. The last raid I ever did in Cataclysm was the raid that I got my, best in slot. After that, I didn't need to raid anymore. I already got all my loot. What the hell, you think I missed me with that bullshit? I've been in Dragon Soul for fucking months. I'm out of there, I'm done. I'm out. My guild didn't like that as much as I did. Girthalak? Yep, I got my I got the first Girthalak. Chaos. Yeah, I got that first Girthalak in my guild. The reason why is like, I mean honestly, like I was the best DPS back then. I'm not even memeing. I actually was. Yeah, it's like Paladin tank is going to be able to do really well on like big pulls. Like I remember I used to do big pulls on my Paladin and just like still out damage everybody as prot. But that's only if you do like massive pulls. Rare for someone to spend a lot of time playing. Really rare to spend a lot of time. Oh, to see somebody spending a lot of time playing video games in 2007? Bro, it was like really common. What do you mean? Like, video games weren't really looked down on, like, then at all. Like, I feel like the time, like, video games were for nerds, like, that was, like, 90s stuff. By 2007, video games were mainstream. Like, I'm not gonna have people, like, act like they were fucking persecuted because they, you know, they were in high school in the 2000s and they thought that, like, they were getting made fun of playing video games. Like, yeah, sure, they're more common now, and... But I think even back then, like, video games were very, very mainstream. Just COD? Yeah, exactly. 2007, Big Bang Theory came out. It all went downhill there. Yep. This big boy website, Starforge PC. What time I'll be able to get pre-order? Any idea? I don't know, so like there's some NDA stuff that I can't really share. But pre-orders will be very soon. we plan on releasing system information for the, you know, the new cards and everything quite soon. And whenever we do that, like we've really been spending a lot of time, like honestly, it's been crazy that we've actually sold out of our first set of PCs. So yeah, all that stuff is going to be coming out as soon as certain types of contracts are fulfilled and you know, different responsibilities are met. Kind of a boring answer, but that's where we're at. Thank Linus. Yeah, I mean, I really appreciate them reviewing the PC and everything. And honestly, like, as I said before, I mean, I really appreciate that type of feedback too, because it's like, people might think like, oh, you might be mad about it, but like what we really got is we got like feedback from people that knew PCs in and out. I mean, we really got great feedback from them in general. And it's something that we've taken to heart, and we take it very seriously. Same with anything else. I mean, the thing is, like, with Starforge and everything like that, you know, this is a venture that, like, we own, right? Like, O2K owns Starforge. So, it makes it even more in our best interest. Why am I not pulling the ball? I'm being a pussy right now. The fuck? I don't know why I was being such a pussy there. It's just sad.
Watch your step.
Let's see if I can pull that guy over. Kill him. Hell yeah, yeah. And it's been crazy to see how well it's gone. Really small mistakes to make it. Yeah.
Watch your step.
Well, the thing is, to me, is like it's about understanding like what the value is in buying a pre-order. Like buying a pre-order, the value in that is fundamentally that whenever you purchase the PC, that's the last time you have to think about a PC. That's why you spend the extra money for a pre-order. So if there's a problem with how somebody purchases a PC or something like that, I consider that of utmost like importance, because that's the value proposition. I know that you don't have to pull this, but I'm just gonna pull it anyway because I don't trust these guys. Actually, these guys are pretty good. I should trust them, but not a big deal. Better to not pull them than pull them. Transparency is awesome. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I can't be as transparent as I'd want to be, because obviously, like, we also have people that own Starforge, like you know, Charlie and everybody, right? And so, like, I don't want to put other people out by making statements on behalf of the company. But, you know, whenever I can be transparent and talk about things directly, I will.
There's no truth in it. No, no,
Get some Sunders up on the boss, and then we're just gonna deep dick.
Only in the taking. I see that now.
Let's go.
Stay.
Big dick.
Enjoy your final moments. Finish it! Finish it! Stay. Enjoy your final moments.
Look at that damage. Ooh. How much did I do on her?
Life binder.
I did 2.5. I did more than the mage did. For demise, alright, we got that done. Alright, I'm good. Alright, we're good. That's how easy it was. Will Starforge build start with RTX 4K series cards? Yeah, we're going to be using the new series cards, absolutely. The only reason that we haven't yet is, I mean, there's just a number of reasons, like legally and contractually. As soon as we can, we will. Retail down for anybody else? Yeah, it was down for me.
Till next week.
Okay, that's done. Let's see. Oh, apparently I have to turn this on. I didn't even know this. Okay, which one do I want to get? I guess I'm just gonna do Hodir, right?
Be careful.
Okay, alright, let's play that new game. Yeah, I'll talk about this for a minute, then I want to start the new game. They were Bastion because you're winning too hard. Yeah, Overwatch, they took Bastion out of the game because they heard I was going to play ranked, and they didn't want all their pros to quit by getting farmed by a balding mount farmer on Bastion. Yeah, that's why. That's the real reason why they took him out the game. That's why I mean, they already brought Torbjorn back, but Bastion's still gone. I wonder why. Fury Warriors S tier on phase 4? It doesn't matter to me. Like, as long as I have a place in the raid, that's the only thing that makes a difference. I don't need to be top DPS. I like tanking in Wrath. It's actually fun. Starforge ever gonna do custom water cooling GPU? I can't really say. And I think that there are a lot of things that, like, for example, having like more product offerings. Like, you have to remember, you know, it'll take time for that to happen. Yeah, it'll take time and then we'll be good. I mean, I hope that soon we'll have more PC product offerings and some other more, you know, more customizable things. About Starforge makes it a competitor in a crowded space. Simple. Good pricing, and on top of that, better customer service. Those are the, and transparency and accountability. I think those are the main things that make it, you know, a competitor. I think a lot of the pre-built manufacturers, like, I mean, none of them would be a company if they shipped garbage all the time. But, you know, we try to have more accountability with it, and, you know, mistakes happen with everybody, and so that's why, you know, we place such an emphasis on customer service. And free marketing? Yeah, yeah. But marketing isn't a value add to the customer. That's just a value add on a balance sheet. Delivering outside US. We really want to ship to EU because we think that we'll probably, like, I think that we'll probably double our sales if we can ship to EU. It's just the pricing and being able to do it because PCs are hard to ship. One of the PCs being restocked. I don't think I can say, because I think it has to do with some sort of like card NDA type thing. But as soon as they are restocked, I'll immediately let everybody know. About Asia? I mean, if it was up to me, we'd ship everywhere. The only problem is logistics. And also, like, whenever you're shipping to a bunch of different places, you also have to keep in mind that you're also shipping to non-English speaking countries in some circumstances also. So it's like, how can we best serve people's needs while keeping the quality high? And I think that if we want to include places that speak other languages, we have to make a more robust customer service for different languages, etc. So there's a lot of things, there's a lot of cascades. It'd be insane what you guys made. Oh, Blue Goblins Season 2. I don't think we're doing it with WePlay. I'm pretty sure that we're not. And I guess I can leak this. I'm gonna be on the first episode of Blue Goblins Episode 2, or Season 2, Episode 1. I think it's like this Thursday, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I'm gonna be on the show. I'll probably stream before it. I'll stream into it, but I'm not gonna co-stream it. I'll probably just host S-Fan. And, you know, that's about it. Yeah, 2 goblins on Blue Goblins. Yeah, exactly. Business strategy, reduce a small amount, charge more. that's a really great business strategy for selling merchandise for streaming. But I will be extremely transparent with you. We never want to sell out, but we always want to sell out. Does that make sense? So we always want to sell as many as we can, and we want to maximize the amount of sales that we make, but we don't want to have this artificial scarcity thing. Like that's not, I don't want that because it's less money. And also, like, artificial scarcity works really well whenever you're talking about luxury products. But people buy PCs because they need the PC to work. They need a PC. So whenever you're buying something for a function, there's a completely different type of sales and marketing that you use versus buying something for luxury or for some sort of mystique or brand appeal. It's a tool. Yeah, it's a tool. Let me see here. Anyway, yeah. There's Linus's tweet. I've seen a number of them, yeah. I'm so smart, thanks to man. Well, I mean, you know, it's just, the thing is that if you think about it a lot, it makes sense. And it's a position that anybody that, like a lot of business stuff, it might seem like it's a, you know, some sort of like fucking like super smart thing. But I have a business degree. I went to college after fucking high school. I have a business degree. But I learned more from WoW about business than I did from business school. I think a lot of it is just, you know, trial and error. You know, making mistakes and then, you know, having those mistakes, learning from them, and then doing a better job next time. That's about it. Business degrees? Yeah, exactly. I mean, there were a lot of people in my class. I remember I was like, we had like this really, really big class, and I had like an 87 in the class, and I was ranked 5th in the class. Like, how the fuck do you have over 200 people and only like 4, like, I ended up getting an A in the class. And I, you know, I got it at the end. But I think I also increased my rank too. I was amazed to see that. It was nuts. Like, so many people that go to business school are, they're fucking morons. Like, they're fucking morons. Like, I remember we had this one class. It was like a systems analysis. This is actually a class that I took in my last semester in college before I dropped out to play WoW. So I was getting a computer information systems degree because I wanted to take those 2 degrees and then go to UT or Baylor Law School. That was my goal. And you needed a 3.8 GPA. I had like a 3.4, so I thought I could probably get in because that was the average. So anyway, it was this class where it was basically like visualization of like process analysis, flow charting, and like using these different tools and techniques to basically turn flowcharts into programming and how to accurately, you know, like maximize a process. And I remember the final exam, we had this guy and he was from fucking like Romania or something like that. And there are so many people from like Eastern Europe and just in that general area that I absolutely love them because they are just so blunt and heartless with the way that they say things sometimes. I fucking love it. And so this guy, this is our professor, and there are people like they're looking through like, because it had like 8 questions and it was like a 90 minute test, and it had 8 questions on, or 7 questions, and they were like, so do you have to do like 2 or 3? I mean, because there's no way we can do all of these, right? And like everybody in the class was panicking, and he was like, you can do partial work if you want partial credit. And then he just smiles and he walks out of the room. And because he told everybody, he's like, listen, like, part of being able to work is being able to work fast and do things quickly. Like, it's not just being able to know how to do this, it's being able to know it quickly. And so I remember, like, me and like 2 other people finished the exam early, and I think nobody else in the entire class finished it early. It was sad. Climbing business degrees, but their bosses are all business degree owners. I don't think that's always true. I think sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. That's a pretty good test, yeah. How bad was your class? In that class, I don't remember if I got an A in that class or not, but I remember I had the highest grade in the class. So if I didn't get an A in that class, nobody else in the entire school did. And it was fair. It really was fair because people didn't fucking people didn't look anything up. Like, there's a lot of math to it, and like, I'm not like super good at math, right? I'm decent at like, you know, just doing napkin math, but like actual like calculus, I'm not super great at. And so, you know, that all that stuff happened, and I couldn't believe it. Like, there was only like a handful of people that even passed, or a lot of people passed with D's, which is like, you didn't really pass. NMP said your steaks aren't steaks, bro. How do you respond? That's fine, man. You know, I thought ketchup wasn't a condiment, but for steaks, but apparently NMP disagrees with that too. Yeah, it's totally fine. To be fair, every time I finished an exam, something I spent the rest of the time checking for errors. Not handing in first doesn't mean anything. It did in this context, considering everybody in the class was panicking constantly. And you can see, you can look back around, like, I know what you mean. You can look back at the class and you can see people like paging through. These people are not paging through. They were sitting there on one page. It's obvious whenever somebody is checking their work versus doing the work. Dropped out my first English class, recorded 5 essays a week. Yeah, it's just a waste of your time. STEM majors actually have higher GPA than business majors, even though STEM's harder. Yeah, because people that go into STEM are much more motivated to be academic, whereas people that go into business are just using the business degree as a means to an end. I think the only useful business degree besides finance is accounting. I feel like a marketing degree, I didn't learn anything from marketing, any of my marketing classes, even like the upperclassmen classes. I didn't learn anything from like any of my business management classes either. It was just a waste of time. Supply chain. How much of that's accounting though? Sure. I mean, I'll grant you that. Yeah, sure. Economics? Economics isn't a business degree class. Or at least I wouldn't categorize it as that. I end up switching careers because being a CPA sucks. I took 2 years of accounting, and I remember in the second year of accounting, I remember I learned one of the accounting procedures during the test, because I accidentally did the math wrong and it turned out to be right, and I'm like, wait, oh, now the whole thing makes sense to me. I don't even remember what it was called now because it was like 10 years ago, but yeah. Learn everything you need to learn from Business Online on Skillshare. No, you're right about that. Yeah, with code Baldur, right? No, I think you're right. I mean, there's a lot of people that are able to learn everything that you need to learn online. It's actually crazy. What's your favorite part about college? To be honest, I didn't like college. I didn't think it was fun at all. Like in high school, we used to goof around and have fun all the fucking time. In college, everybody was there to learn, and it was so boring. Like, I remember whenever I went to four-year university, I was like, fuck yeah, like, we're gonna be able to chill and just fucking hang out and party all the time and just, like, fuck around in class. And, like, nobody really fucked around or did anything like that. People were there to work, and I was just like, bro, like, this isn't anything like American Pie. Like, this sucks. The fuck? And so, yeah, I was like, this is, I'm out, man. I'm just gonna play WoW. Yeah, college is, yeah, people are min-maxing and shit. Yeah, I bet I didn't live on campus. Did college ever stress you out? Yeah, it did. Dual party on weekends usually? No. That's not true. Whenever I was like, from like ages like 20 to like 23, maybe 19 to 23, we would party every day. Like every day, people would be over at the house drinking, throwing up on the floor, my mom making us cupcakes, us going over to, you know, some random drug dealer's house to fucking, you know, like Eric wanted to buy weed from him and we end up playing Call of Duty there for 3 hours. Like it was a great fucking time, man. Yeah, I wouldn't trade it for anything. I remember one time, fucking, this is the last story I'm gonna tell, and I want to get to that other game. Fucking Eric was driving over to like one of these guys' houses, and I remember I was driving with him, and it was Austin too, and I was sitting in the middle seat of his like Ford F-150, and I didn't have a seatbelt. His seatbelt was like broken, or it didn't work, or it didn't have one. I don't remember which one. And I was thinking, oh yeah, Eric was high and drunk at the same time, driving, of course. And he saw somebody else driving fast down the road, and Eric thought to himself, this motherfucker thinks he can drive faster than me? He thinks he can drive faster than me on this road? I drive on this road all the time. So he immediately fucking goes and floors it. And this was like, I remember it was like finals week or something like that, and I was really stressed out about it. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be, you know, I've got all these tests and everything like that. And I remember realizing, like, once I saw the fucking the speedometer go over 60 miles an hour, and I'm like, I'm not gonna have to worry about finals week at all pretty soon. I'm gonna be fucking dead. And I'm like, well, you know what? This is just, you know, it is what it is. I'm not gonna have to worry at all. And so I remember that really fucking well. Ricky Bobby, yeah, exactly. And I remember, I think that was, no, I don't think that was the night. It was another night that we, Eric finally got a job. And we had a party at my house. And, you know, everybody was over at the house. And it was not everybody. It was like maybe 10 people, right? And it was not like one of those big house parties. I've been to like, I don't know, 20 of those, but it was not really my thing. That's like much more of a Jeff thing. And anyway, so I remember Eric threw up on my futon, and he passed out in my bathroom. I couldn't use the bathroom. And then he woke me up at 7 a.m. and he's like, I'm like, yeah, can you drive me to Best Buy? I'm late for my orientation. I'm like, are you fucking serious, man? He's like, yeah, dude, I can't drive. I'm still hungover. Because we were there celebrating the fact that he got a job, right? So the next day he had the job. And so I had to fucking drive this motherfucker all the way to Best Buy at like 7 in the morning. I was so fucking mad, man. Furious. Foreshadowing? Yeah, I should have called in sick on day one. Yeah. Did he get to keep the job? Yeah, he kept the job for fucking years. And they gave him, he was like the Microsoft representative at Best Buy. And I think they fired him or something. And he kept the fucking, the Surface Pro that they gave him. It was worth like $2 grand. Fucking kept the thing, never gave it back to him. I think he still has it. I don't know. It was a good time. Alright, let's see.